Okay, today we're diving deep, way down to the ocean floor, to meet one of its absolute strangest residents. Seriously, this is an animal that looks like a vegetable, can actually liquefy its own body, and has a defense mechanism so extreme you're not going to believe it. So let's get into how it pulls all this off.
So this is the big question, right? When you look at it, a sea cucumber seems like a sitting duck. It's slow, it's squishy, it has no spine to speak of. How on earth does a creature like this survive, let alone thrive, in every ocean on the planet? Well, the answer is so much weirder than you think.
All right, first things first, we've got to talk about the name, sea cucumber. Let's be honest, it's terrible marketing because the animal we're about to meet is way cooler than its name suggests.
And here's surprise number one. Yeah, it might look like a bumpy vegetable just lying there, but it is 100% animal. It's an echinoderm, which, get this, puts it in the same family as sea stars and sea urchins. Yep, they're all cousins. Believe it or not. And don't you dare think they're boring. We're talking about an incredibly diverse group here, over 1,700 species. And they're everywhere, from sunny reefs to the crushing dark of the deep sea. Some are teeny tiny, just a few millimeters, but others can stretch out to over 3 meters. That's nearly 10 feet long. And they are so important. You can think of them as the earthworms of the ocean floor, just constantly cleaning up, churning the sediment, and recycling nutrients. Total ecosystem MVPs.
So they're already more interesting than they look on the outside. But trust me, it's what's on the inside where things go from just weird biology to like full-on science fiction.
Okay, you ready for this rundown? It has no real brain, just a ring of nerves. It breathes through its anus. Yeah, it literally pumps water in and out of its rear end to get oxygen. It can also turn its body into goo to squeeze through tiny cracks. And, like us, some of them even have red hemoglobin-based blood. I mean, breathing through your butt. That is definitely a choice.
So, that whole liquefying trick, how in the world does that work? Well, the secret is this superpower material called catch collagen. This isn't just regular tissue. Its stiffness is controlled by the nervous system. So, when it needs to hide, it just tells its body to go soft and it can pour itself into a crack. Then, once it's safe, another signal makes it go rigid again, locking it in place. How cool is that?
And now we get to the sea cucumber's most famous and, let's be real, most grotesque party trick. See, when you're slow, soft, and pretty much brainless, you need a heck of a defense plan. And this one, well, it's one of the most extreme survival tactics in the entire animal kingdom.
You heard that correctly. That is not a metaphor. It literally, physically throws its own guts at its enemies. The whole process is called evisceration, and it is a shocking but super effective way of saying back off. The predator gets tangled up, maybe gets a distracting snack, and the sea cucumber inches away to live another day.
The process itself is just a biological marvel. First, that amazing catch collagen goes to work loosening up all the internal attachments. Then, powerful muscles squeeze down hard, so hard that the body wall near the anus just ruptures. And then, whoosh! Out come the internal organs, often with these super sticky, toxic threads that trap the attacker. It's a truly gut-wrenching experience for everyone involved.
But wait, there's a twist. As if this couldn't get any stranger, they don't always do it for defense. For some species, it's like a seasonal detox, a way to flush out waste. For others, it's a response to stress, like when there's no food around. It turns out, it can actually take less energy to just grow a whole new digestive system than it does to maintain the old one when you're starving.
Of course, you can't just, yeet your internal organs out and call it a day. You got to recover. And that brings us to the sea cucumber's other superpower. Its absolutely mind-boggling ability to just grow everything back.
And this recovery timeline is just wow. The healing starts within hours. In just 17 days, some are already starting to regrow their defenses. And in as little as 5 weeks, they can have a completely new set of internal organs. Just think about that. You survive something that should be totally catastrophic, and you just carry on and grow it all back.
So, we've got a creature that breathes through its butt, liquefies its body, and shoots its guts out. It's weird, it's wonderful, but why should we care? Well, turns out this humble little sea blob is incredibly important, not just for the ocean, but for us too.
Their importance really covers the whole spectrum. In the ecosystem, they're those vital cleaners. For the global economy, they're a luxury food that drives a massive industry. And for science, they're a goldmine. Researchers are studying them for everything from tissue repair and arthritis treatments to possible anti-cancer compounds. That incredible ability to regenerate isn't just a cool trick. It might hold the key to breakthroughs in human health.
And when I say valuable, I mean valuable. We're talking up to $1,000 per kilogram for some of the dried species. That kind of demand has created a huge global industry, and it's also led to a lot of overfishing, with aquaculture now trying to fill the gap.
So at the end of the day, the sea cucumber is the perfect example of why you should never judge a book or, an echinoderm by its cover. It's spineless and at times literally gutless, but it's also a master of survival, a pillar of its ecosystem, and a treasure trove of scientific potential. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other amazing secrets are hiding in plain sight on the ocean floor, just waiting to be discovered?